Hello visuals and welcome back to the channel. I'll start that again, shall I? Hello visuals and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week we like to talk about what smell is orientating. My feet stink. Okay, because we can blow that smell away with today's topic of video. Recently, we did my favourite grass type Pokemon of all time. So I thought we'd do my second favourite type of all time. That would be the birdie boys. We're gonna do our birdie boys, our favourite birdie boys. My favourite my favourite flying type Pokemon of all time. The thumbnail should have given that away. And this horrible intro video. It remains horrible. Hopefully you're still here. My hair's really annoying today. I don't know what's going on. Visuals. I thought, we've done the grass, we're going to have to do the flying types. I know it's a bit of a weird combination because I bet you, and this isn't fact, I haven't looked it up, but I bet you most people's favourite Pokemon types would be, I reckon the top three would be Dragon, Fire, and something mad like Psychic or Fighting, some shit like that. I don't think Flying and Grass would be the two most popular choices of all time. Hey, I could be wrong, but they're my favourites anyway. And I want to talk to you about my 10 favourite flying type Pokemon. And visuals, please, if you could, let me know in the comments below your favourite flying type Pokemon and what type we should do next. Because we've started now, I'm going to have to make it a series. What type should we do next? Should we do Electric, Steel, Rock, Ground, Rock? Apparently we're going to do Rock twice. Bug, whatever, Dark, Psychic, Steel. I've already said Steel. Who am I missing? Fire, Dragon, Ice. Who am I missing? Poison, Ghost, Fairy, Water. I didn't even say water. One of the most important or main elements. Would it be, you know, guaranteed starter typing? Forgot Water. Let us know which one should we do next. With visuals, I'm going to shut the fuck up and we're actually going to roll into this video. I don't need to do a stupid intro. I've already done one of them. Just then. Anyway, here is our 10 favourite flying type Pokemon of all time. Kicking us off is Noctowl. That's right, we've got the Owly boy. Now this one is in this list because Noctowl is a great looking Pokemon. It's a fantastic design. It's got an awesome little story inside of the anime, especially with being Ash having one and getting a shiny one. We've got it being the second regional bird and all that. There's all Gen 2's regional bird and stuff. But mostly, I'll put it in there because owls in general are fucking amazing. I adore owls with all of my heart. They're my third favourite animal of all time. They also freak me out because I saw the film The Fourth Kind and I won't watch that ever again. But Noctowl is awesome and I love owls. Next up, it's an OG, son, an OG fossil. It's Aerodactyl and its big jaw. I was so heartbroken when I found out that his Mega Evolution puts him in constant pain because whenever I Mega Evolved one, this isn't even a joke. I would always apologise. I would Mega Evolve and go, sorry. Like a fucking idiot. But Aerodactyl, fantastic fossil Pokemon. Fantastic Pokemon in general. Going back and getting your old Amber. Getting your old Amber at the museum, you know, and taking it, getting it restored, and you've got your big Aerodactyl. Super duper powerful. It feels a bit more menacing as well because obviously it's on like Lance's team and stuff, and you're like, always a bit of a bad boy. It's a bit more rarer, I guess, than the other two fossils in Generation 1. I mean, kind of, because the other ones you sort of automatically get, whereas this one you've got to kind of go back to get, you know, use cut, blah, blah, blah. But Aerodactyl, it's a fantastic design. It's a proper dinosaur-looking Pokemon, and I love me some dinosaurs. Next up it is Noivern. Yes, I had to add Noivern on this. The big old massive boombox speakers. Great design. The dragon flying. Oh no, it's flying dragon. Either way. Ash, him being on Ash's team made it step up a hell of a lot more for me. His introduction in X and Y was fucking great. I looked in this for, you look so sick. Even I think I'm going to use a picture of Noivern for the thumbnail. There's a picture I've got and he just looks so badass and cool. The little white fluffy bits, like I said, the massive ears, Used him on X and Y teams and other teams, to be fair, so many times. It's an outstanding Pokemon, super powerful, great to use, great design. Noivern, yeah, made the list, you lucky bastard. The Lie Score. This was a bit of a funny one because when I was going through all the Pokemon, I was like, Gliscor. Gliscor has to be on my list. Again, we've got the whole Ash shenanigans and whatnot, but I loved it because I love the introduction. I love the combination of flying and ground. I just think that's such an awesome, unique pairing. I've had so many on different teams as well, you know, coming in there with your different ice fangs and whatnot. The whole bat gimmick as well is great. It looks big scorpion flying bat thing. It literally does. It gives me, I don't know why, but it does. But I get Man-Bat vibes from the Batman series or Batman comics and whatnot. If I were to put them side by side, they don't look anything like each other. But I look into his eyes and I just think I could see you going mental in Gotham one night and Batman would have to fight you. Again, I don't know why. I get them vibes. But I've always loved Gliscor. I think it's, again, like I've said with the other ones, I'm sorry to repeat myself, I think it's a fantastic design. I think it's such an awesome, cool and unique type matchup with being ground type as well. Cool moveset, fantastic to use in teams. Gliscor being sick as out and then obviously evolving all the way to Gen 2 and then to Gen 4 and whatnot. Fucking awesome. I love Gliscor. Hawlucha! The Hawlucha became a big part of my flying type nerdiness fan. The reason why I love Hawlucha, just getting to the reason why I love Hawlucha, Dad, you fucking bellend, is because it's all based on wrestling and I adore wrestling, but I love the training sequence Ash would always do with it and how Hawlucha was introduced on Ash's side, on Ash's team in the X and Y series, and we meet the shiny Hawlucha and whatnot, and the whole wrestling gimmick behind it. I just think everything about this Pokemon is fantastic. And again, another great type of matchup. It's a type of matchup that I think is fucking awesome. But it's that wrestling aspect. I love wrestling so much, and when they implement that into certain Pokemon, I fall in love straight away. But I just loved when Ash was helping him train, and he went back and fought the... Did he fight the Ursa Ring? There was two Pokemon there, Ursa Ring and, was it a Machamp? I think it was a Machamp. I can't quite remember now. It was a while ago since I watched. X and Y was a fucking while ago now anyway. But Hawlucha's just so frigging great. Again, when I've done playthroughs of X or Y, I've made sure to try and get Hawlucha. Even on Scarlet and Violet, I was so excited to when the Hawluchas were wandering around. I was like, I'm going to pick me one of them up, use it a little bit. But then I stopped using it because I wanted to get back to use a new Pokemon. But Hawlucha, oh my God. I'm not add him on the list, but it's Staraptor. Staraptor, every single one of you. He's kind of like a guarantee on most Sinnoh teams. You play through Sinnoh or any of the Gen 4 shit, you're picking up a Starly, you're getting a Staravia, and you're evolving it to a Staraptor. But you know what I adore about this? Is Staraptor, close combat. Just this big, awesome emo bird with his hair like using close combat. And I remember forever when my nephew used to wind me up to fuck. And I'd be like, all right, son. And he'd be like, yeah, fuck off, you twat. And I'd be like, Staraptor, use close combat. And I'd be like, Urgh! And he'd be like, you're weird as hell. I'd be like, I'm a grown-ass man trying to do close combat as a Pokemon. Trying to piss my nephew off because he pisses me off. This is a tangent about getting annoyed by my nephew, but Staraptor's just such a reliable and useful and amazing regional bird. You could probably argue that he's the most popular regional bird out of all of them. I mean, it's definitely up for debate, but I could see a case for it. I could see a lot of people loving him. I know there's plenty of people out there. You always see the memes, like I said, of, you know, I swear to God, I'm going to start a new game. I'm going to have a different team. And then you always have the same team up when it's like the Sinnoh ones. There's like Garchomp's in there. I think is it Infinite? They're putting the meme and whatnot. Luxray and Staraptor's in there. And I can't blame people. He's fantastic. Ho-Oh. Kind of enough said, is it not? No, I was always Team Ho-Oh. Out of Lugia and Ho-Oh, Gold and Silver, always Team Ho-Oh. And there was always something special and magical about Ho-Oh. And I fell in love with it, the design, the big red wings. Even though I don't like that old theory, I think it's been disproved that he was originally at one point meant to be a Fearow evolution. God forbid. I fucking adore the fact that we got him so early when the anime started flying over the sky and you're like, what the hell is that? And we just sort of left it. We didn't explore it for ages, and eventually, obviously, all comes to fruition. I love the story of him raising the beasts, well, the secret animals to make the legendary beasts and whatnot. Everything about him's amazing. Fire flying, great combination. Like I said, hashtag Team Gold. I'm going to pick you anyway. How you eventually catch your Ho-Oh, the sprite, the design, everything, the shiny form, everything about this Pokemon is just friggin' amazing. And it's a legendary. For me personally, I don't think it's enough love. I mean, maybe I'm just not seeing it, probably, or possibly. But for me, oh my god, he's outstanding. I definitely think he should be up there in legendary rankings. Maybe not the most powerful or used legendary, but a beauty no less. This one I probably don't need to explain why at all. It's Rayquaza. The guy's an absolute beast. The fact that his unique move is amazing. His design is amazing. He's the one to stop the little squabbling kids fighting. Kyogre on ground is like, listen, lads, what the fuck he's doing? The fact that he's just chilling in the ozone layer, the shiny form, the whole story and lore and history behind this Pokemon is outstanding. Pokemon Emerald being an outstanding game. I don't think I need to sell you on Rayquaza anymore. I think most people in the world of Pokemon adore this Pokemon. And of course, he had to be number 3. It's fucking Rayquaza. And next, I don't need to say anything. It's Rayquaza. An obvious one, probably one, again, I don't need to explain too much because he's been featured quite a lot recently in videos. But it's Rowlet. I fucking love that little grassy bad boy. My second favourite starter of all time. Grass flying, awesome combination. It's quite literally a combination of my 2 favourite types, like I said at the start of the video. Getting to Alola, seeing that beautiful little owl, turning his head back at you like, oh, I'm a derpy little bastard. What he evolves into, Decidueye, but obviously Decidueye is ghost type, so I couldn't include him onto the list. If he was flying type, he would 100% be on the list. But Rowlet was just so amazing. And again, I fell in love with him straight away. Popplio was okay. Litten is great, but fuck me. I haven't looked at a starter Pokemon the way I looked at... Turned into a love story. Like I looked at Rowlet since Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur was there for me. And there's other one, like, you know, I've loved Chikorita. I love Trico. I love Turtwig. There's loads of grass starters I love. But I looked at him and thought, wow. You could not have absolutely smashed it out of the park anymore. This is just such a beautiful, amazing starter Pokemon. I don't care how people say it's not very powerful, not the best, or what this, what. I don't care. I really... And then when we get to Legend Arceus, I was like, yeah, Rowlet for me. I know, again, he evolves into the... He loses the flying aspect even more because he goes into fighting mode and whatnot. But wow. Dartrix I didn't add to the list because I do like Dartrix. Dartrix is great, but... maybe a little bit too emo for me. He's very... I do like him. He probably would make my top 20 list, maybe. But Dartrix, not as hard-hitting for me as Rowlet. But I just love that bastard. And again, I love owls. And are you ready for the most obvious one? Pidgeotto. But not just Pidgeotto. I'm going to have to include Pidgey and Pidgeot. Yeah, anybody that's regular to the channel will know Pidgeotto is my favourite Pokemon of all time. I freaking love that bastard. I don't think I need to talk about the story anymore because I've mentioned loads, but I'll do it briefly. I think Pidgeotto is so underrated as one of Ash's OG Pokemon. The fact that it made itself evolve into the Pidgeot to get rid of the Spearows and Fearows. The moment where he's got his wings round Ash, keeping everybody warm and whatnot, and just being an absolutely lovely little bastard. Design amazing. But more importantly, it's the fact that every playthrough I had in the replays of the Gen 1 games, he was the one absolute constant. Even though Bulbasaur was my main guy as a starter and whatnot, but there was times that I tried Squirtle, there was times that I tried Charmander, but there was always a Pidgey, and there was always a Pidgeotto, and there was always a Pidgeot on my team. They were always there. They've been like my longest serving Pokemon, and they're so useful and reliable and handy, and, you know, you use Fly, and it's just such a well-designed, very simply designed, but well-designed, slick, beautiful, sleek. Why did I use the word slick and sleek? I don't know why he goes through the air like that. Mega formal Pidgeot, absolutely great with his big thing, and he sprints out, he gets a bit more of a belly. Just everything's fucking amazing. And there's a lot of nostalgia in there. There's a lot of history. You could argue that it's more of my starter than my starters because, oh yeah, straight away, boom, Pidgey. I would love to count the amount of Pidgeys I've caught in my day and evolved all the way, and how many times I've become a champion with a Pidgeot consistently on my team. The whole Pidgey line, the OG regional bird as well. Just... And there we have it, visuals. They were my 10 favourite flying type Pokemon of all time. Like I said, let us know in the comments below, what type should we do next, kiddies? Why am I doing this weird pose? What type should we do next? I'm sure you'll have a better idea than me. If I'm going to hazard a guess right now, I'm going to go for... We'll go for my least favourite type of all time, just to try and give it some love. We'll go Fairy next. If nobody comments down below, we're going to go Fairy next. I don't know if we're going to do it next episode or on a few episodes' time. Maybe spread it out a bit, you know, try and get the... longevity out of it, you know, in case I've run out of ideas. But visuals, I'm such a donut. More importantly, let us know your favourite flying type comments. Let me know your favourite flying type comment. Let me know your favourite flying types in the comments below. But visuals, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the dress boys. Keep being you and keep on keeping on.